So as you guys have probably seen, I already reviewed the Razer Wolverine Ultimate, and I absolutely loved it. I also did a comparison video with that and the Xbox Elite, which coincidentally is actually my most viewed video. I think it has like 130,000 views or something, so people obviously gobble that stuff up. Mostly just to come in there and bash on my opinion about the Elite. Anyway, the Tournament Edition here has 2 paddles on the back instead of 4, and it also doesn't have the audio port on the bottom, and a couple other little tweaks, but I think it still has the mechanical face buttons and whatnot. But you know what, let's break into this box and see what it can do. Alrighty boys, you know what we're looking at, the Stormtrooper desktop. Let's go ahead and move the old Razer keyboard out of the way so we can review the Razer controller, which we are going to be testing out tonight live on Twitch. Probably be playing some Rise of the Tomb Raider with it, you know, because I don't want to play a first-person shooter with a controller, considering I just converted over to PC from console, and I'm really enjoying getting my knuckles deep in keyboard and mouse. So anyway, let's go ahead and unbox this. Very nice packaging, as all Razer products always have. Gives you a little description of the product, as well as some of the features on the back. You have the top bumper buttons, which are really awesome. You see you have a second set of bumpers, basically. Really cool, and they were actually really intuitive when I played with them on the Elite. Then you have the mechanical face buttons, which are great. Ergonomic weight and shape. Razer chroma lighting, which is awesome because I can coordinate that with my other Razer products, so it'll all be RGBing it up together. So, let's go ahead and break into this bad boy. Unboxing knife, we'll just use this little K-bar here. Nothing too special for this. So in the tab there, it has your Ready Pirete, your Conectado, and your Game On. Flip it open, you got some laser cut foam here in the top, always a nice touch. Then you have your thank you letter that comes with every Razer product, and a really long, skinny, flaccid looking instruction manual. I've never seen an instruction manual with this shape, but of course, color, English, good font, nice stuff. I don't know how to read, so I'm not going to mess around with this and waste time. Just going to get right into it. In the bottom down here, you are going to have a box that's going to have your accessories as well as your cable. 10-foot braided cable, typical Razer fanfare. It also has that little rubber doohickey on there so you can keep it nice and taut when you're not using it. Flip this open, you are going to have some accessories in there. If I can learn how to open this box. There we go. Alright, I lied, you don't have any accessories, you just have a breakaway cable for the actual cable over here. So, I thought you'd have some like additional thumbsticks or something like that, but no such luck. Laser cut foam in here is really nice, super plush. It's kind of nice because it doesn't come with a carrying case or anything, but you can just set this on your desk like that, put it on a nice old display if you want to, or just play with it, whatever. So let's put this box to the side, get a good look at the controller. Feels really good in the hand. These grips are awesome, and they seem to be a lot more durable than the Elite, which has had some grip issues from what I've heard. Mine didn't have any issues, but you know, just scroll through the comments, you'll see a lot of people complaining about that. You have these 2 buttons in the back here, which I like a lot because unlike the Elite, which is kind of intrusive in your hands, and a lot of other controllers with paddles, besides the Scuff, which I think has a great ergonomic design for the paddles, they kind of intrude your natural grip. These, like, you grip it like you normally would a controller, but if you need to actuate them, they're there for you. You also have your triggers here, and then your secondary bumpers, which, you know, they feel really good. They're very light, clicky mechanical switches, as you can probably hear. Like, that's a normal bumper. And then you got the mechanical switch in there. Also, the face buttons are mechanical as well, so hopefully you guys can hear that. They're not like typical controller buttons, which are usually kind of spongy, kind of like a membrane keyboard. And this is more like a mechanical, which is really cool. D-pad is separated, which is very nice. All the face buttons feel really good. The sticks are really good. They're really, really short though, which I do not like. I don't know if there's a way to swap these. I'm assuming not because they didn't come with any additional sticks, but they're very, very low profile, very short, so that's not the best for aiming. You kind of want a taller right stick so you can get a little bit more control. But it does have those, what are these bad boys called? friction rings in there, so when you're at full lock, it just kind of glides along there. Build quality feels really solid. And then you, of course, have your trigger locks there, so you can block off your trigger pull for that quick shooting action. So let's get it plugged in, as it is only a wired controller, which is fine because I'm rocking PC anyway. Plug this bad boy in here. Alright, and you know what, we'll just plug it into the top USB 3.0 port. Generally don't like to use the top ports very often because they kind of clutter up the desk and just make it look ugly, but you know, this is a test and it's quicker just to use those ports on the top. So, alright, plug it in, it vibrates, and the RGB comes alive. This will also have software support inside the Razer Synapse app, which I of course already have installed because I have several Razer products as is, so this will coordinate the RGB lighting with my existing devices, as well as be able to adjust several things which you guys are about to see right now. Alrighty guys, we are over here on my PC, as you can see, sharing my screen. Let's go ahead and make this big for you guys so you don't have to strain your corneas to see what I'm doing. So this is the actual Razer website. Now, the features that the tournament is missing from the Wolverine Elite version is there are swappable magnetic D-pads and analog sticks. This one has fixed sticks that you cannot change. Also, this bar down here that lets you remap your buttons on the fly is not there. There's also two different profiles that you can have and switch between them on the fly. You can also mute your mic as well as turn the volume up and down between 5 different levels, which is not available on the other tournament. And you're also missing 2 buttons. You do have these top bumpers and the trigger locks, but you do not have 4 paddles in the back. You have 2, which I personally think is, they're better paddles. They're out of the way, they're ergonomic, they're like these nice little tucked away paddles, as opposed to those kind of, not bulky, but they're just not as ergonomic in my opinion. So over here on Amazon, you can see I have the Ultimate, which is pulled up. It's going for $160. You can get one used, $137 right there, not too bad. Not sure about the condition of that one, but you are missing, oh, this is the Ultimate here. So that's the $160, and as you see, it has the interchangeable sticks. It has 6 buttons instead of 4, and you can remap on the fly and control your mic input and output. Now the tournament over here is $120. There's one used here for $91, and as you see, it only has 4 remappable buttons, and you're missing the magnetic thumbsticks and that bulky thing on the bottom. But I do like those triggers a whole heck of a lot better, I'll tell you that. Not triggers, the paddles back there. So let's go into the software suite, which I have right here. So it is not controlled through Razer Synapse like I thought it was. You actually have to install this third-party app by Razer. It's called the Razer Wolverine for Xbox, and it's available on the Xbox as well as on the Microsoft Store for Windows 10. And you can create different profiles. You cannot remap any of the face buttons. I'm not really sure why you'd want to do that or not. But what you can do is really neat. Let me open up. So another thing to keep in mind, you can't use your mouse to navigate this. You have to use the controller to navigate this application. So something to keep in mind. We'll go ahead and edit this real quick. So you can assign your buttons. The buttons that you can assign are the 2 paddles in the back and the 2 additional bumpers. And you can assign them to any of the face buttons or any of the analog sticks or anything like that. You can also change the lighting between all of these Razer default effects, which are the same on all Razer devices, so I'm not going to go over what they look like because you guys have probably seen them before. You can also turn the light off completely if you're in a dark room and it's kind of disorienting for you. Now you have focus and agile. Now focus decreases the level of sensitivity on your stick, so when you hold it down, it gives you less sensitivity. So if you're sniping or something like that, or trying to carefully walk around a cliff or something, cool option. Agile increases it, so if you're trying to snap shoot or do some really quick aiming, or just trying to move around really quickly, that's a nice little feature. And then, of course, you can adjust the 4 vibration motors in there. The top 2 are linked together, the impulse triggers, and then you have the haptic rumble motors in the palms. So that is pretty much all you can do in the application. That's pretty much all you'd want to do with this controller. So let's go ahead and play some Rise of the Tomb Raider and see how it performs. I kind of already know because I played with it last night on Rise of the Tomb Raider, and it's good. It's good. I'll just say that. The best thing about this controller that I wish every premium controller had, it would make them so much better, is those mechanical front buttons. So the face buttons here are mechanical, just like a keyboard, a gaming keyboard. So instead of those mushy traditional buttons, you actually get a satisfying click from them. It's amazing, and I think every premium controller should have that feature. So let's game a little bit, and I'll be giving you guys my thoughts while I play. Triggers feel pretty good. I have the trigger stops engaged right now, so I'm only getting a half pull on there, which does feel really good. I have the back paddles to jump and crouch button, looks like. And these mechanical face buttons are awesome. They're just super quick to actuate, and they just feel fantastic. So let's try out this focus and agility feature. So as you see, I'm aiming, and then hold down agility, and all of a sudden my aiming is super precise, and it's really good for like sniping and stuff like that. And then if you press the other button, the agility, it doesn't speed up your aim, but you don't have to move the stick as much. So if I'm just moving it like very slightly and then I press that button, it does snap your aim a lot better. But if you're at full lock, you're not going to notice any difference. It just basically decreases the amount of input you have to put on your analog stick. And you can set that to either left or right analog stick. I have it set to right because I feel like that's, you know, probably more valuable than running as you're aiming. So all in all, it feels really good. Ergonomically, the grips feel really good, and it fits in the hand really well. I have pretty average size hands, I would say, and it feels pretty nice. The bumpers do feel pretty good. I wish they had like that mechanical click like the face buttons do, or even like the optional sticks on the scuff that have that really nice click to them. But all in all, just a solid controller. Did I get him? I got him. Oh, geez. Man, I've been playing with keyboard and mouse for a while. This controller aiming is just not the wave, boys. So yeah, my thoughts on this controller. Honestly, I would take this over the Wolverine Ultimate because usually I make my adjustments for my mic and my audio from the, from my headphones. So I don't really need that adjustability on the controller. It is nice being able to swap two profiles. So if you're using it for like this game and then you want to play a racing game with it or something, that might be kind of nice for you. And then I really do like the interchangeable sticks because the stock sticks that come on here, which are not swappable, they're very short. And they're also kind of a concaved design. I prefer dome sticks. So I really do like being able to swap on the fly. But since you're saving, you know, 50, 60 bucks versus the Ultimate, I feel like this is a really good value. I also do think it's going to be extremely durable because Razer makes quality products. That's why I have their keyboard and mouse and headphones. Not to sound like a fanboy, but they do make really solid products, and their customer service is also really good too. So if you do have an issue, they will remedy it for you. So that is going to do it, guys. I'm going to spend some alone time here with Laura, and I'll see you guys in the next one.